But ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. It has been a while that I've not spoken on this forum. Today I want us to dive into the Norbert Mao's candidature. One, he's coming back as a member of parliament, and two, the hot cake right now, his potential candidature for the Speaker of Parliament of Uganda. When Mao was coming to contest, many observers said he was regressing. He was already an presidential aspirant twice, and he's coming back to an MP. So that is a regression in its political regression. But I was one of those who did not see it that way. You see, when you're moving along a path full of uncertainties, only one thing you can guarantee is that along that path you are going to get a river, and beyond that river there is the promised land. That is the only thing you can guarantee. But the path is new, with a lot of experience, with a lot of explorations. So you actually walking along the path as a first timer. So now you imagine that as you trek along that path towards the river, you happen to come across a Y junction, one branching to the right, left, one going to the right. Now, when I branch, I start by following the road, the path that is going toward the left directions. And if I move and I stumble on the river, beyond the river lies the promised land which I want to reach. But now, when I realize that along the path that I chose, the river I've reached there requires that I can only cross it by swimming. And I'm not a very perfect swimmer. What do? Must you learn how to swim there and then you immediately cross the river? It is almost impossible, because trying to learn how to swim when you have already reached the river and you have never swum in your life, and you want to learn it there and then you cross. It's a suicidal decision to make. So what do? Normally, as somebody who has a conviction to crossing the river, there is a belief that the other path you left actually has some aid to crossing the river. So what do? You need to trace back until you reach the Y junction, and now take the right direction, the path that branched to the right. Because there, after reaching the river from the other side, there is a guarantee that you either get a ferry or there is a bridge. So what prevents you from reaching the river? So Mao's coming back as a member of parliament follows exactly that model. His coming back to the Y junction to becoming a member of parliament is not by any means a regression, but it is a conviction. It is a path. It is a plan B path that leads to the promised land. And Norbert Mao is heading to the promised land. Everyone can sense it. If you don't sense it, then you don't have senses. Because Norbert Mao is headed for the promised land. So what he did was, because he could not swim to cross the river, he tried twice. He nearly drowned in it. So what do? He traced back in the Y junction. Now he's trying to take the other path. That is going to lead us to a ferry and eventually to a promised land. So that is what Norbert Mao is doing. He's actually being politically very astute, very calculative, very brilliant. Now, Norbert Mao, when he came back to Larope to contest, I immediately likened it to a legend in Acholi. There is a legendary hill called Guarabayo. Legend says that hill came, a big stone came from the heavens. Okay, came from the heavens, and then on to the people who are dancing. Those people who are dancing, I think there was some evil intentions about the dance. The dance was not actually recommended by the gods. Very many people were warned that please don't go on that day to dance because something bad, something tragic is going to happen. But the people insisted on dancing, on dancing, on dancing. Now when they went, this Gorabayo came and just, okay, he came and landed violently on them. And legend says that up to now you still see blood exuding from some parts of that Gorabayo, which is in Kirgum. That is a legend, not a myth, but it's a legend. Now we can see blood exuding from the falling of the Gorabayo. So Norbert Mao is our modern day Gorabayo, political Gorabayo, because when he came for La Ropeje, very many people were told, please, this is a different breed. But they insisted on trying to test the gods for their prophecy. And that is what happened. And we are seeing blood not only in La Road. There is a domino effect of that in Gulu district. We have seen the domino effect in Noya and in Umoro. So there is the political Gorabayo of Acholi is Norbert Mao. By no means is this coming back to contest as a member of parliament, a political regression. It is actually a political maneuver to achieving the ends that every one of us is beginning to clearly see. Like I said, if you cannot sense that, then you don't have senses. You are devoid of senses, and you must be put into some kind of a training to come back to your senses and begin to see that Norbert Mao is actually maneuvering this path because he wants to reach the promised land, which we can see. But we do not want to rush into jubilation, because there is actually folk tales also that talked about Muara la Vulgipolo. When air went to heavens, from there he went with the Koga. That is, Koga is called the griffon, the griffon's vulture. The griffon vulture went with the air to heavens, but when air misbehaved from there, he left air up there and he came back to the earth. Now time was ripe for air to return, but it did not have the wing. So what happened is that the chief from there tied him with a drum, on a rope and a drum on his hand, and he was told that when you find that when you have landed, you have now landed on the earth, just drum this drum and we are going to cut this rope, because we do not want a permanent connection between the earth, and only those who can privileged to reach must always reach, not everyone using that rope. Now when Air saw everything in his home, he was now on his way. He saw the people dancing, he saw the people, the gods, everything, the homestead, everything looks he rushed. He said, okay, I think I've reached. Then he rushed onto the drum. He hit the drum. Then immediately they cut the rope. Air fell so badly that it required these small insects to roll him so that he come back to a fairer shape. Otherwise he felt so badly. And we don't want to ululate, we don't want to begin to celebrate, because we will risk doing exactly what Mr. Air did. But the political maneuver by Norbert Mao will be studied in political science. It is never a regression. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the next video, watch out for the next video. We are discussing the speakership race. Be there. Thank you very much. I remain TG Latit Love. Very beautiful topic. Norbert Mao.